So I remember in the early months post-awakening, my early months post-awakening. So I hopped on the bus, and then there was a person seated opposite me, and they had a T-shirt, and there was a word, "Your soul is mine." I want you to follow this very closely. The person was seated in front of me, and there was a word on the T-shirt, "Your soul is mine." That's when I knew that I was very sure. I started getting very sure. I may have been doubting a little bit back in the days, but this time I was sure that, in my mind I was saying that, no, my soul is not yours. But then it made me realize the battle that chosen people fight behind closed doors, you know? You see, chosen ones, as you continue to dive deeper in your purpose, there is things that will start making a lot of sense, okay? You will figure out that probably there is things you were not aware of back in the days, you didn't even know about. You're going to start to realize that you've been fighting a lot of battles that you actually never knew about, The enemy doesn't have any business with evil people. I could say, let me just use the word the way it is. The enemy does not have any business with evil people, because evil people, they're already working for the enemy. Okay, so don't have any business with them. They're just being used to do the enemy's work. The enemy has got a problem with people with a special set of eyes. The people with anointing, the people with the light. So those are the people that have been chosen to counter the enemy. So the reason why you see a lot of times chosen people, they are having a continuous series of spiritual attacks, physical, spiritual, you know what I mean? It's not really because you have anything wrong with you, or maybe you have done something wrong. You, like I've said, you're not perfect. You have your own flaws here and there. But you're going to see you're being attacked left and right. You could be attacked in your job. You could be attacked in your workplace, in your home, in your neighborhood, a few times been attacked. What do they call it? Maybe I could call it assaulted, spiritually, sometimes assaulted, attempted physically, it did not succeed, even verbally most of the times. The enemy wants to get some kind of a reaction out of you, and then now they are going to use whatever reaction you give them against you. Okay, so because the enemy is setting you up for bigger problems, you know what I mean? They're after your soul, they're after your energy, they're after whatever it is you have got going on with yourself. The people with a special set of eyes, like I've said, the deeper you continue diving into your journey, in your purpose, and start working in purpose, that's the reason why I'm telling you guys to try very hard. You may usually wake up and do what everybody else is doing, but try to make sure that you dig up for your purpose. I've done purpose videos so many times on this channel. Find your purpose, okay? No matter what purpose it is, you will usually at some point find your purpose. When you find your purpose, that is when you're going to understand the energy that has always been around you this entire time. Even most cases you are not even aware of it. The energy and the enemies, they have been around you from day one. At the last, what do they call it? At the point of unmasking a narcissistic parent, I was able to identify the war that I'd always been fighting behind the scenes that I was not even aware of from day one. Okay? When you continue to walk in your purpose, you'll continue to understand the energy that has always been around you. It will now start to reveal itself, because you see, when you start to understand what is behind the veil, now you're seeing the activity that has been happening behind the veil. Okay, so I'm talking about beyond this 3D, spiritually. What the enemy has, who has been around you, what have they been doing, why have they been doing it? Even the answers are going to come to you. Why have they usually been attacking you from the beginning? Okay, there is things that you see. Although chosen people, they know what it is. They can see, they know what it is, and sometimes they understand the frequency that certain individual operating, the frequency certain individual are the guys that are in front of them. You will see things, you will hear things, you will go through things, you will feel things, you will smell things. You know, I've told you guys, sometimes these spirits, a person may come around you, and just by the mere smell, you know that there's that smell that is not from this dimension. Okay, there's the smell around them that is not the smell that is used to. You know the difference between something rotten, something that has gone bad, and something that is not from this frequency, from this dimension, from this 3D. You know, you will know. Okay, when you smell it, you will know. You will dream things, you will see things, you will feel things, you will experience things. Okay. So the reason why chosen people tend to have these experiences is usually because they are actually wearing a special set of glasses. Okay, so they can see beyond the 3D. They understand the energy that is beyond the 3D. You know, you will get the messages everywhere. You will see them on TV. You will see them on your phones. You will know that this message is for me. Like I've given you an example in the beginning when I was on the traveling, and this person next to me was wearing this kind of t-shirt. I knew that this was my message, but I knew that that energy had nothing to do with that energy. Yes, it could have been happening before, so many years ago. Of course, I was just not aware of it. But post-awakening, the moment you start walking in your purpose, that is when now you're going to see what the enemy has been doing behind the scenes. Okay. Now, a lot of people want to talk about gang stalking, you know, being attacked everywhere, here and there. You know, it happens all the time. Okay. The good thing is that the good part is that post-awakening, you can counter these attacks. Okay, you know who it is, where is it coming from, and how to counter it. You know, in a very conscious way, because this time you're conscious. You know, your bulbs are on, you know, your glasses are on, so you can see it. You know how to counter it. But before, you didn't know how to counter it. It's the reason why you saw a lot of times chosen people. I've told you in my videos, chosen people have usually been sacked from their jobs. Nothing happened, they did nothing wrong. Oh, something happened, the manager said this, something, supervisor, and they sacked you from work. Some of them have been evicted from their homes for no apparent reason. There's the light. That light, wherever you are, wherever you go, people see that light. These dark entities, these spirits, they see that light. They see this light from afar. You know what I mean? So what they do, they now use the people that are closest to you to go on the attack, to go on the offensive and to attack you, you know? So that's why I've told you, sometimes you see chosen people, even sometimes they could end up incarcerated for something they have not done. They have been sacked from their jobs. They have been homeless. They have been, abused by these narcissists. They have been attacked in their own homes by their own partners, wives and husbands, even their own friends. So these things, they have been going on for ages. The difference is, post-awakening, you can see this, okay? So you no longer look at people or events or situations on the 3D. You now start to, because remember that you are now going through some kind of spiritual growth and ascension and elevation. And you're working on your energy as well. So the higher you continue vibrating, is the higher you're able to, it's like having a bird's eye view of these things that have usually been happening around you. You have a bird's eye view. You know, before you was on a low frequency and you was on that 3D level. So whereby you could be face to face with these people, but you couldn't understand them. You couldn't see. You couldn't see beyond the veil, you know. You was on that same frequency because you see, I've told you, normally the enemy, what the enemy does, they first of all have to beat down your frequency, okay? Kill your self-esteem and bring you to a very low vibration. On that vibration now, that's when the attacks will begin. That's why you hear a lot of times chosen people, oh, something did spiritual stuff on me, voodoo stuff, whatever, witchcraft, with this and this. They are being attacked left and right. The only reason why they're being usually attacked was because they're on an extremely low frequency. So the enemy needs you on the low frequency, then they go to attack. That's why we see when you're involved with these narcissists, they beat you down first of all, you know, love bomb you of course, and then now the abuse will start to kick in. Now when the abuse is kicking in, they are bringing down your energy to their frequency. Now, you will then realize that you're on autoplay, okay? They are pushing remotes and you react. You know, they tell you, go this way, do this and do that. Some people even end up borrowing huge amounts of money from the banks just because of the narcissist. You know what I mean? So now they can use you. They can do whatever they want to do to you because you're on a low frequency. But like I've said, post-awakening, you go through these shifts and you start to get out of this low dimensional, low frequency energy. The 3D energy is a very low frequency energy. You're getting out to the 5D, to the higher energy. You're vibrating higher. When you go through those shifts, that is when you're able to understand spiritually, because remember that 5D is a spiritual frequency, okay? You will now be understanding everything that has always been going on around you. So you do not really ask yourself a question as to why a lot of chosen people post-awakening, they tend to enjoy solitude. You know, they like that moment where they're just by themselves doing their own thing. They don't want any energy around them because they are very cautious of people. So for you to be able to get close to those kind of individuals, it does not matter who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you, a chosen person, especially the awakened one, it does not matter what you look like. It does not matter the size of your body. It does not matter what you have with you. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. For you to get close to a chosen person, you're going to go through a spiritual screening. They are going to first of all screen you. So is why you see they are very cautious, because they are very aware. You know, the more aware you get, is the more discernment you get. So the more discernment you get now is the more you will start to be careful and look around you and try to know who is trying to come in, who is knocking at your door, who wants to be your friend, who wants to be your partner, your relationship partner. You are going to scan everybody, you know. So many people don't understand this thing, why sometimes chosen people, they enjoy solitude. They long sometimes for connections, okay, even if it's just a friendly connection. But even you sometimes realize that even the friends you have, a lot of them, they are vibrating low. You know this and you feel this. You can even see this. You know that they're vibrating low. And most of the times when you're around them, it feels like they're dragging down your energy to their frequency. So that's why you see sometimes chosen people, even if they have like friends that they know, a lot of, so, you know, acquaintances, friends, or whatever, family members, they take a conscious decision to be on their own. It is not really because they don't like people, but it's just because when they're around people that are on a very low frequency, they start to feel their energy, you know. They will start to see, because a lot of these people, when they're on that frequency, they kind of like, you know, when a person on a low frequency is around a person on a high frequency, so most of the time that person is not going to be themselves. Sometimes you may see them exposing themselves, you know, they may start to say things they shouldn't say or do things they shouldn't do because they're around a person on a very high frequency. So that's the reason that's why now those people end up exposing themselves. And that's when you know that these people, they're not for you, you know. So the whole thing comes down to the energy. It all comes down to energy. It all comes down to the fact that you do see things that almost 98% of the people around you do not see. You feel everything. You can even sometimes see visions will come to you that there is somebody trying to do this, and you will know what they are trying to do, even without having to be there. So you just know things, okay? And you can actually see things. So this is like seeing through the spiritual realm. So it's also like some of the chosen ones I've also learned about who can actually really see spirits, different types of spirits. They actually see spirits, not even about feeling or dreaming. They actually see this kind of spirits, you know. So chosen people is like, I could say, their life tends to be a mystery, you know. Their life is a mystery because there is people around them cannot figure them out. They cannot figure out what is this. Sometimes they can even think you're an alien. You're somebody from somewhere outer space or something like that, because they are around you and they don't really understand why do you do the things you do. Why do you eat this type of food? Why do you move that way? Why are you walking barefooted? Why are you looking at the sun? Why are you, you know, they don't know why you are doing the things you are doing. It's only you who understands this, and sometimes you're able to share this knowledge with the people that are ready to receive this knowledge. Because you see, for somebody to be able to get enlightened, they have to be on that frequency whereby they're ready to receive this enlightenment. If they're not ready to receive this enlightenment, they will forever be asleep. So there'll be bots, okay? That will be another video for another time. So let us know what you think about this video, of course, in the comment section below. A lot of you guys may resonate. If you know that you're chosen, you may truly resonate with this frequency. And when I'm talking about chosen people, I need people to stop asking me these things about God, religion, and everything, which God and which Jesus this. I'm not a religious person. I do not have anything against religion. You can be in your own religion and do whatever it is you want to do. But the people that are ready to get enlightened, they'll always come around here and I'll give them the information. So drop us a comment in the section below. Let us know what you think. You guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. Book a session. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, catch you guys in my next one. There's more signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.